Okay, welcome back to Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons. I am your Dungeon Master, David Ashbroad, joined as always by our three fearless adventurers, Alex, Darren, and the other David. And how are you guys doing today?
I'm good.
Terrific.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, well, as a little recap of last episode, we kind of picked up where we left off from the previous episode. You guys are sitting around the table talking to Lord Vakner. Both Alex and David have not ingratiated themselves to Lord Vakner. I believe David was talking about his fingering abilities and demonstrating it on his lute.
All right.
And Alex was constantly loudly sipping on his beer. I don't know.
I would just say Alex was an absolute nuisance last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually editing that episode today, and there's some fun sound effects going on in there. So
yeah, I bet.
Every time Darren was making progress with Lord Vakner, Alex was like, I loudly sip on my beer.
Yeah. I fucking fart and throw it in her face. I was like, Jesus Christ. Love it.
Just doing everything I can to sabotage.
And then, of course, Chuck got brought in as a prisoner who was captured.
Right.
You guys were then shown to a very fancy bedroom where you figured out a little puzzle there to open up a secret passageway that opened up down below. And then you poked your head into a room that you found through that secret passageway. And then Darren had a conversation with the noblewoman who, speaking of Alex's... Well,
not fond of.
I don't know what you would even
not very fond of.
What you would even call Alex's nuisances. Yeah. The noblewoman, of course, was the one from the forest that you had, quote unquote, saved.
Yeah, it was just going to leave to the hands of bandits.
And Darren, she basically convinced you to take her with you because her father was very controlling and oppressive, and she wanted to get out and see the world. And so you guys went into the dungeon, and Alex had probably one of the funniest moments of this campaign so far when you were trying to find Chuck, and instead of doing the perception check, Alex loudly exclaimed, I wonder where our dwarf friend is. Using his racist speciesism to find your halfling friend. You managed to break Chuck out of the jail cell. Alex was able to use his crossbow of calling to take out both guards and shoot the poor handyman in the leg. You managed to keep the handyman from dying, but he passed out from pain. You guys escaped through the culvert and then managed to use your grappling hooks to climb up and over the wall and to the backside of Vaknerov. And that is where you find yourselves now, staring at an unknown forest in front of you. It is middle of the night. It is dark. And that is where we're going to pick up. But first, of course, we're going to do a little bit of dude dialogue. And like I said last episode, rather than giving yourselves interesting facts about yourselves, as we all know, it's David's favorite thing to do.
I'm all out of them.
Only he should have to come up with an interesting fact now, I think.
Fuck.
But, no, I've got a question for all of you, and all three of you can answer this question, and it is a musical-themed question.
Oh.
So, David, this one should be easy for you. What is a smaller, lesser-known band that you would recommend to our listeners?
Oh.
Get ready for the heaviest shit you've ever thought of in your life.
Yeah. And David, your answer has to be a ska band.
I don't think I could even list one.
No. I don't know if you've heard of her, but Taylor Swift is an up-and-comer.
It's a little known indie artist.
But you know what? Let's start it off with Alex. Alex, give us a recommendation for kind of a small indie band that most people probably haven't heard of.
Let's see. They're not quite indie, but the first one that I thought of that I don't think a lot of people are very familiar with, but I hope you guys are, is Animals as Leaders. It is an American instrumental progressive metal band, and they are a three-piece that doesn't have a singer, but they have a very djent style of metal music. If you're familiar with, I guess, a band like Meshuggah, they have this kind of djent, but they're super nerdy. And I was describing them to somebody else the other day, and I was saying they're a band that considers a 4/4 time signature as the enemy.
It's like guitar math.
Yes, a big fan of them. but they could be a little bit more known. So I'm going to go ahead and steal another answer, and I'm going to tell people to check out this like 12-piece jazz band called Snarky Puppy.
Love it.
Interesting. Okay, cool. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Darren, give us a lesser-known band.
I'm so like, it's funny because I'm in radio. I barely listen to music anymore. I'm so into just podcasts and audiobooks these days. But if I were to have to name a band that just always, if I'm having just an absolute shit of a day, I'll put on this band. It's like a German synth pop metal comedy. David already knows who I'm talking about, I'm sure.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, Electric Callboy. They are probably the thing I love most about metal from like our generation, like 10, 15 years ago, where they're just almost taking a piss. They're just having a good time. It's like synth pop mixed with metal. They did a recent song with, I don't know if you've ever heard of Baby Metal.
I've heard of Baby Metal.
They're like Japanese all-girl
Baby
metal
Metal's
band.
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're like, they're J-pop, aren't they?
Yeah, essentially. And they did a song with them, and it's just the best song. It puts you in such a good mood, and then like the hook and the chorus is all like in Japanese and very like like it's just fucking.
Hey,
the
wait
best.
a minute.
And if you're ever having like a somewhat shit
Isn't that
day,
song?
they have like great covers
Sorry,
that they do.
Isn't that song? That wasn't that the theme for WWE Bash at Berlin? Ratata.
That I don't know. I'm not a wrestling
I
guy.
think at the.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alex, I think you'd be the only person to know the answer to that.
I've heard that song, and I'm like,
But,
I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. So yeah, I vibe with that. That was a really good song.
Yeah, I will push it to the limit. And
Yes,
everybody.
yes.
It's just fucking, strap in, get ready to have the best time of your life, and just, you have the windows down, and it'll just be like brutal screaming and sound like kind of like your regular like metalcore of like the mid-2000s, and then all of a sudden just like the happiest chorus with like synth in the background and dance.
Hypa is number one.
Yeah, Hypa is great. MC Thunder Part 1 and 2, like just incredible songs.
I'm in a Cadillac.
All right, well,
give it
I
back.
had it was funny. I had them play on blast yesterday at work on my work speaker, and because there wasn't that many trades of work because it was a Saturday, so I was like, perfect. I'm gonna play some, Electric Callboy, and it was just blasted. And one of the old man plumbers comes up. He's like, "What are you listening to back here?"
It's one of like Jen, my partner, isn't a big. She doesn't really like metal or anything like that. I put that on. She fucking loves it. Like it's one of those.
It's got something for everyone.
Yeah, it's like a fusion type of music that I think everybody can find something they like in it, and they're just having such a good time. It's impossible not to enjoy it.
All right, well, then let's go to David. David, give us a little lesser-known band that you like listening to, and I'm guessing it's going to be some hardcore shit.
Well, I'll tone it down. I narrowed it down to two here because one is lesser known in the grand scheme of music, but if you're in the metal scene, you more than likely know who they are. But like, I'm going to say Sleep Token.
Yeah.
They're fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And it's like, a normal person wouldn't know who they are, but so I mean they're lesser known in that way, but like in the genre they're pretty well known. But they're like their one song, The Summoning, top tier. It's got like it's like heavy the whole way through, but the ending of it has like this weird soulful kind of like jazzy part at the end that comes out of nowhere.
I'm a big fan of Alkaline.
Awesome. But
Nice.
Yeah.
oh yeah. And as far as like super lesser known bands, like no one, like people in metal scene probably wouldn't know this one either, but they're called Botchling, and they're literally a metalcore band all about The Witcher.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Check that out.
So a deeper fun fact about No Tab over there is that we all used to live together, and when we'd be like partying and doing stuff, David had this little section, a chair that was unofficially his. That's where he sat. That was the spot. Nobody else would sit there. And
Like
he would
Sheldon
just
from The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, he would just, but far less autistic. He would sit there and just be, while we'd be like partying, David would just have his MacBook open, and I think it was Spotify, or if it was a different music program,
Apple
back
Music
in
at the time.
2008. Yeah,
Just like
and it would
iPod
basically
or
it would
iTunes.
base recommendations off of your music playlists and things that you liked. So David would just be headphones in, deep diving new music, and just like introducing us all to new bands, and they would just get filthier and filthier, hungover. He'd be driving you to get your car the next morning, and he'd start his car, and just blaringly loud was the filthiest shit you've never heard in your entire life.
Just got progressively heavier over those years.
Yeah, as he aged,
Because I got made fun of once.
harder.
I really liked my emo music, and then I got made fun of once, and I was like, all right, bet. Time to show you what
men listen to.
All right, well, my recommendation is actually a band where, Alex, do you know Mike Noble?
Yes, I do know Mike Noble, yeah.
Yeah, so Mike Noble is a guy I went to BCIT with for 2 years. We graduated from the radio program together, and he is the bassist of a fairly up-and-coming band, actually, in the indie scene in Canada called Hotel Mira. And they've got a very...
I know Hotel Mira.
I've heard them, yep.
Yeah, so I actually tried to recruit him for this podcast, and he was very interested, but they were doing a European tour this summer, so unfortunately he didn't have enough time. But yeah, Hotel Mira...
Guest spot.
Yeah, they've got kind of like almost like a Sam's Town Killer type of sound. If you guys ever listened to the Killers' first album, Sam's Town. Yeah,
Tell you what, we play Hotel Mira on the Vancouver Rock Station. You get Hotel Mira on the podcast as like a guest couple rounds or something, that guy, and I guarantee we could get this podcast on like Vancouver radio and clips.
That would be, yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, when Darren and me were first talking about putting this podcast together back in, I don't know what it was, late April, early May, Mike was on kind of the short list of people that I would like to have on, because I know he's a bit of a nerdy guy, and obviously he's good on the microphone. But yeah, Hotel Mira, they're on Spotify. Give them a listen. It's they've made some good music. They put out 2 albums in the last couple of years, and yeah, like I said, they were doing a European tour this summer, so that would be my recommendation.
I'm glad that you got Hotel Mira a little bit of love on this podcast, because yeah, Mike is good people. It would have been really cool to have him around, but yeah, more people should be listening to Hotel Mira. It's help them out a little bit, and yeah, as you say, like, they've got a killer's
First
vibe.
time I backsold Hotel Mira, I called them, because I work with spelt the same, but her name is Myra, so I thought it was Hotel Myra, and boy, did I get actually'd real quick on that one.
Yeah, what is that law of the internet where it's like, if you want an answer as fast as possible, you don't ask for it, you just state a wrong answer and people will give it to you.
That's actually true for radio as well. I found that out really quickly. Like, you just go on there and like, you mispronounce a name or get a fact wrong. That's where the phone lines blow up. If the phone lines aren't blowing up, that means you're right and you're like okay with it, but just get one little thing wrong, and that's how you force engagement.
Yep. I got a 2-minute voicemail from a guy bitching at me for calling him Tone Lock instead of Tone Loke, and just like talking down to me. And I was just like, "Do you mean that guy who was like, I think a throwaway part in Ace Ventura?" Once, like, who gives a shit? He's not famous anymore.
Coming up, we have ZZ Top.
Yeah. In Canada, technically, that's correct.
All right, so we are going to pick up right where we left off. You guys are standing basically at the base of the gate, the back gate of Vakner. You have just climbed over the walls. You got Chuck and Valentina with you, of course, and you are staring at about 60 feet of open space before the forest starts. You know, it's kind of a buffer space, so if guards are patrolling the top of the walls, they can see any enemies that might be approaching. And I want everybody to start off with a perception check.
Shit, okay. Getting into it. 14.
I rolled a 22.
That was a performance. Disregard that.
Well, that was a great performance check for 25.
Yeah, I nailed that. Crushed it.
And less than stellar perception of 5.
Okay,
So fair.
Alex, with the 22, you are the only one to notice that within the forest ahead of you, there seems to be movement.
There's something in front of us. Okay. Well, the first thing I would like to do is take a look at my phone and take a look at the map if I can, and see, because we have just... correct me if I'm wrong here, but we've collected all 3 of our necessary ingredients for our potion, and right now we need to get back to the wizard's hut in order to make this. I want to see if, what direction we need to go to get back to it.
Okay, well, technically speaking, you have not yet got the hair of the noblewoman, but you did get the noblewoman.
That's fair.
We got all of it.
Yeah.
But, like we had previously mentioned, and Alex, I believe it was you who had mentioned it in one of the first episodes, is the map is working like fog of war. So You can only see where you have been, and having visited the city of Vakner, the whole city itself is now on your map, and you can kind of see around it, but it only has just outside the walls available on the map, but you can see where you came from, and basically you are on the north side of the city, and you guys came in on the south side. So you're basically on the exact opposite end of where you need to be to head back towards Gaudreau's cabin.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah, all right.
And I noticed that we have movement in front of us.
Dog's fucking going crazy.
I think I want to investigate. What? Yeah.
Okay, sorry, hold on.
Oh, the real dog. Okay.
My bad, guys. Just had to go kick my dog in the head.
Well done.
Yeah. You come over to my house.
By PETA.
You come over to my house, and
So does that mean that I don't have to be the bad guy this episode? You can pick that up, Mr. Animal Abuse. Yeah.
I'll take that for this one.
But David, just before you left, I was about to make you make a dexterity saving roll. Make me a dexterity saving roll, please.
Okay.
Only David.
Yeah, 19.
Nice.
So, David, you managed to see that out of the forest, about 60 feet ahead of you, an arrow flies through the air.
Oh, shit.
And you manage to just sidestep it before it impacts you in the left shoulder.
I got a guard at
And all of a sudden, you see from that forest edge ahead of you, 2 very large bears step out. And between them stands a tiefling.
Hey.
And he says,
Well, it's nice to see you boys again.
and David, I want you to make me a history check.
Okay. Ooh, not the greatest with the +2, but let's see. That is a 11.
David, you recognize this tiefling because he was one of the ones that, when you turned around in the first episode at that job site, he was one of the ones that had kidnapped you.
Oh.
Guys, I know that guy. He kidnapped me.
Oh, shit. So he's not a friend.
Probably a
don't
big deal.
think
He has
so.
2 bears with him as well. Yeah.
He did just fire an arrow at us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So usually a telltale sign, I suppose.
How did the bear
And then
fire an
behind-
arrow?
And then out from behind this tiefling steps someone that you recognize. And he has a fresh wound on his forehead, and the tiefling tosses him a bag of gold and says,
You did well. You can go now.
and you recognize this person.
Magic missile immediately at Krim.
Yep, it's Grim.
At Krim?
Yeah, at Krim. All of my magic missiles going directly at Krim, and I'm going to launch them at 2nd level. Just fucking annihilate him.
Oh, okay. Roll me some damage.
Okay, so if I do it at 2nd level, what is that? The magic missile I'd like to cast.
I think 2nd level is just some added
just an
damage.
extra dart. Okay, it's an extra dart, so I will send 4 darts at him. So that's 4d foes. Take this, you piece of shit. 7 damage.
Okay, so as those magic missiles fly towards Krim, like I had mentioned, he was standing behind this tiefling. The tiefling puts his hand up and goes ping, ping, and deflects 2 of them. And, 2 of them hit Krim, doing 5 points of damage, and it looks like it hurts him bad. And Krim looks at you and yells, "Those 2 you killed were my brothers, you assholes!" And turns to the forest and runs into the darkness of the forest with his bag of gold.
I'm going to find that fucking guy and rip his head off.
I'm going to finish the job there and keep carving it into his, into his forehead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be carving some wild stuff into that man's body.
And as Krim is escaping into the forest, you see on either side of both of the bears 2 other people, so 4 people total.
Oh, no.
They look like soldiers emerge. And so now in front of you, from left to right, you've got soldier, soldier, bear, tiefling, bear, soldier, soldier. Everybody roll me
This
initiative.
is the worst game of Duck, Duck, Goose ever.
Getting into it, folks.
How far away are we from them?
60 feet. Oh, wait.
Okay. I rolled a 12.
Sorry, I think I rolled the wrong one. It's which one are we
19.
rolling? Initiative. Investigation.
Right beside your armor class.
Oh, right beside armor class. There it is. 11.
I got 12.
I think we go down, boys.
Okay, hold on. Let me just do some calculations
Just
here.
a total
Yeah.
party kill. And that's the show.
Well, good news is you guys rolled better initiative than all of them.
Woo! Good.
Including both Chuck
Including
and
the
Valentina.
Bears?
Hey.
Yeah. No, Bears both rolled a 6 on initiative. And
Good.
then we got a 3 from 2 of them, and a 10 and a 10 from the other 2. And the Tiefling rolled an 11. No, sorry, a
So
10
we
as well.
barely
So-
beat them.
So, well, just as far as getting to go is concerned, yeah. So, David, you are up first. So you have a large array of enemies in front of you, 60 feet away. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to bunker down exactly where I'm at right now. I'm not going to move, but I swing forth my sweet new loot of lightning strike.
Yep.
And I am going to fucking just do a nice little fucking chug on it and send some electricity their way.
Okay, and you have to succeed on a DC 16 performance roll to activate that attack.
Okay, let's activate it.
But first, who are you aiming at?
I am going to aim at the... let's go bear on the left.
Bear on the left? All right. Roll me a performance.
Do I got to do another one? I just rolled one, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah, 22 is sick.
Yeah, okay, so you activate your loot of lightning strike and you send a lightning bolt straight to the bear on the left. So make me a damage roll with that, please.
We are looking at 11 damage.
11 damage on the bear on the left, and that bear roars in pain, and you see some of its hair kind of singe off, and a little bit of smoke comes out of him, and that looks like it did some serious damage to this bear, but it is still standing.
Okay. I'm just gonna see if I want to use one of my bonus actions here or not. Who's going after me here?
At the moment, you have no idea because they haven't made a certain an attack. The only attack that has been made was that one arrow that you managed to sidestep. So that arrow was fired by, the mini boss in the middle, the tiefling.
Okay. Well, all right, Darren, I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration here with my bonus action. And now that I'm level 3, my bardic inspiration is now combat inspiration.
Oh.
And you can now use that die on a weapon damage roll or when an attack roll is made against, it can use reaction to roll the die, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and you can add it to your AC against an attack instead.
And that's just
So either damage or AC against an attack.
And that's a reaction for the AC against, right?
Yeah, it can use its reaction to roll the die and add the number rolled to its AC against the attack. After seeing the roll, but before knowing whether or not it hits.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Okay, so, the next up in initiative is Valentina. And like I had mentioned previously, and Chuck had asked her whether or not she was able to use her inherent magical abilities because her families are known magic users, and she has not used it before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d20. And if she rolls higher than a 12, she is going to unlock her magic potential and then become a character that can use her skills.
Love it.
So she's going to roll 20 right now, and she rolls a 13.
Wow, just got it.
So she just makes the roll. So
show off.
It's my girl.
She feels something within herself awaken in this dangerous... Darren, can we go 5 minutes without you getting so horny?
No, we cannot.
We've been doing this for like 30 minutes, okay? He made it pretty far.
Yeah, I stayed good long enough.
So she
Stayed long good enough.
That's it. This is the end of the episode. It's not going to get better.
The episode is done. You all die. But so she feels something awaken within her, and she is somehow able to conjure the natural arcana of her biology. And Darren, seeing as how she favors you the most, she looks at you, she taps you on the shoulder, and says, "I think this is going to help." And she casts Shield of Faith on you. And a shimmering field surrounds you and grants you a +2 bonus to AC for the next 10 minutes.
Excellent.
So your AC is 13, I believe? Yes, so now your AC is 15 for the next 10 minutes, which, when it comes to combat in D&D, each round is 6 seconds, so unless this combat goes longer than 60 rounds, then
Should be fine.
You will have an AC class of 15 for this battle.
Lovely. Nice. Thank you, baby.
Chuck then steps up with his longbow, and David, seen as how you have attacked the bear on the left and damaged it, Chuck is also going to take out his longbow, and he is going to fire an arrow at this bear, who only has an AC of 11, by the way. The bears don't have any armor. They've got what's called natural armor, and Chuck is going to roll an 18 plus 8. So Chuck rolls a 20.
Wow. Oh, yeah,
boy.
Jesus, Chuck. Nice.
And Chuck pulls an arrow out, kind of kneels down on one knee, gets a nice aim, and he fires his arrow straight towards that bear on the left, and he does 10 points of piercing damage. So this arrow hits that bear right in the shoulder, and it roars in pain once again, and it is looking not great at the moment, but it is still alive and kicking.
Oh.
And so now we will go to Darren. Darren, it is your turn to do something.
And you said all of these sons of bitches are standing kind of like beside each other in that tree line?
Yeah, exactly. They're basically in a line. Like I said, it's 2 soldiers, a bear, tiefling, a bear, 2 soldiers, left to right.
Terrific stuff to hear. I am going to cast Web, which is my new necromancy skill, one of them. It is a 20-foot cube that it's essentially just going to turn everything within 20 feet around them to difficult terrain. I'm literally just going to splooge some web across everybody.
Splooge.
And it's going to secure to the trees and then down onto the ground and web them all up. So basically this is just a spell. I just have to be able to see them and everything. It's conjuration.
Well, I will say this, in D&D, each character takes up a 5-foot gap of space, so you would be able to do, if it's 20 feet, you would be able to basically web up the 4 in the middle. So
do that.
Tiefling the bears for sure.
Yeah. And then one of the soldiers on either side.
Okay, they have to succeed in a Dex 13 check if they want to be not webbed up for their turn. And it's also, even if they get out of it, it's difficult terrain, so it halves their movement speed. And fun fact to the 2 other boys, that web, BTW, completely flammable. And if it lights a fire, it's 2d4 damages.
Yes.
Okay, so both bears succeed on their Dex saving throw.
So Spider-Man is whipping.
And which side would you like to web up for the soldiers? Because you can get one of the soldiers as well.
Neither of them are damaged, right?
No, the bear is the only one that has taken damage so far.
Can I tell what type of attack soldiers are there? If there's a ranged one, that one won't matter. I'd like it to be a melee-classed soldier, if I can differentiate.
They all seem to be armored and armed the same. They all have swords and spears. So you think that maybe they'd be able to throw those spears?
Okay. Let's go left.
Left. Okay, so the bears and the tiefling both succeeded their saving throws. However, the soldier does not. So the soldier is now... Is he, restrained?
Just can't move. Could do, distance attacks, but then next turn, he'll have to succeed in a DC 13. But if he doesn't again, he's stuck again. And then the spell lasts for up to an hour.
He can still attack.
Yeah. And the other guys can move, but their movement speed is halved. So if they don't get out of that 20 feet in a move, they have to do another saving throw next turn, or they're webbed up again.
Okay, perfect. And that is your turn. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to do, or is that it?
That's what I'm just looking. I don't think any of these. They're all actions that they take, so I don't think I can bonus action anything. Nope, we'll just let it go. Oh, actually, I'm gonna use my movement, and I'm gonna position myself so I'm just behind Alex and David and Chuck more, just because I'm a squishy wizzy.
So you're going to back up to basically the gate that you guys just climbed over.
Yeah, just kind of put some chunk in between me and the war.
Got some fancy MILF armor though. You're good.
What's that?
Yeah. Yeah,
You got your fancy mill farmer.
Oh, I do have that fucking mill farmer. You're
Mill
right.
farmer.
And Darren, I'm glad you mentioned that you moved, because I will say at the moment you guys are kind of in similar alignment to them. You're all pretty close to each other at the moment.
Cool. Thus concludes my turn.
So Alex, it is your turn. Alex is up.
Okay, so you got the tiefling in the middle. He's surrounded by 2 bears, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the webbing attached itself to just one soldier on the left.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take out my teddy bear bomb. The teddy bear bomb that I got from Rock White.
I will say this, you're 60 feet away. You would have to succeed on a pretty difficult athletics check if you want to throw that teddy bear 60 feet.
Okay, so can I move up and throw the bomb to increase the likelihood of that?
Yes, your movement speed is... I'm just taking a look at your sheet here. Your movement speed is 30 feet, so you could get halfway there with your movement speed, and then you would have an action and a bonus action.
Okay, so I'll move up 30 feet and half that distance, and then I guess I'll use my action to throw the teddy bear bomb. Can you remind me again about the properties of the teddy bear bomb? I'm pretty sure it could hit 3 people at once.
It has a 20-foot radius explosion. However, you're going to have to roll a d20, and that d20 will determine how many cranks you give it to determine how long you have until it explodes. And like I'd mentioned, each round of combat is only 6 seconds. So if you roll a d20 and you roll a 20, that bomb's not going to explode for another 4 rounds.
Okay, so like for another 4 rounds. So,
and if you roll a 1, it's going to explode in your hand and do d20 and do damage to you.
So I need to have a really bad one, but not a terrible one, in order to work that. Fuck it, I still want to do it. I want to beat the bears with the bear.
Yeah, go for it too.
Yeah.
Can you negative inspire someone, David, so that you can sure shit roll?
Just play some shitty music. This one's called Photograph.
Look at this graph.
Yeah, we don't have the copyright on that.
So do you want to move up 30 feet and then toss the bear?
That's exactly what I want to do. Yeah.
Perfect. So Alex runs up 30 feet. So he's about halfway between, obviously, where you guys started and where the enemies are. And Alex, I want you first to roll me a d20 to determine how many seconds it's going to take for that bomb to explode.
Wish me luck, boys.
I will say this, if you roll a 2, it will explode on impact.
Damn it.
Ooh.
Damn it.
Too good.
Yeah, too good.
So Alex rolled a 15. So
Table talk question.
Yeah.
When that bomb is there, could we shoot said bomb to set it off sooner?
Absolutely, you could.
There it is.
That's all I need to know.
Thank you for asking that.
Now, Alex, you have rolled that, but now I want you to roll me an athletics check to make sure you can throw it to where you actually want to throw it.
Oh, definitely. Here we go. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. 21.
Yeah. Love it.
Damn. Okay, so Alex cranks the little toy wind on the back of this teddy bear and gives it a chuck, and it lands directly at the feet of that tiefling guy.
Got one right in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
And not knowing what the hell this thing is, he just looks at it and is extremely confused. And he looks at you and he's like,
Well, I guess you haven't learned how to do combat in this realm yet.
Can I use my bonus action to shoot the teddy bear bomb?
No.
Okay.
An attack is a full action, not a bonus action.
Okay.
That would have been the sickest move ever.
Yeah. I'm trying to think ahead here.
Hold on, Alex. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah? Okay.
You can take one additional action on your turn.
Yes.
Can be used one time per short rest. So you can use action surge to then shoot the teddy bear bomb.
I'm going to use action surge to shoot the teddy bear bomb.
Perfect.
Yes. Come on, baby.
And seeing as how you're trying to shoot the bomb rather than an enemy, this isn't going to be a shot against AC. I would like you to shoot your arrow, and if you succeed on a 12 attack roll, you will be able to hit this teddy bear bomb.
Okay, so do I hit the hit and the damage one next to my crossbow of curling? Culling, pardon me. Yeah.
Just hit the crossbow of curling, the next magical item.
Hurry on! Hurry on! Sweep!
Just make me a straight attack roll with the crossbow of culling. Hit that +7.
Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, I got hot dice today.
Yeah.
Oh,
buddy.
26. So I'm gonna yell, take this bear cub with you back to hell, you bears! And then I'm gonna shoot the teddy bear bomb.
And so you let the arrow go, and if I'm remembering correctly, the explosion does
A shit ton of damage.
I think it was, what was it, 3d8 of damage, I think, over a 20-foot radius. And so I am going to roll 3d8 at them right now.
Oh, come
There's the
on.
D8,
Come
there
on.
it is. And so that bear does 8 damage to the tiefling and both bears.
Yes.
And then, because the webs are flammable, add another 8 damage on top of that fire. My boy.
So 16 damage to all
Yeah.
3. Plus, you know what? Let's say
Nice,
because let's say it is a 20-foot radius. Let's say it also impacts that the soldier that is currently webbed because he's part of that grouping. And so
Take this bear cub with you back to hell, you bears!
you see the bear on the left that had been previously damaged gets engulfed in flames, and it just starts roaring in pain, engulfed in flames, and all of a sudden it drops dead to the ground.
Yeah, boy.
And
That's the move.
the other bear manages to kind of like roll around and shake off the flames, and he gets back up and looks at you, Alex, with absolute hatred in his eyes. And then, unfortunately for you, the tiefling, because he is a tiefling, has resistance to fire, so he only takes 8 points of damage. And then
Makes sense.
the other soldier that was webbed up is not dead, but he is permanently disfigured from that attack because he was broiled alive and is currently
Wish he was dead.
Exactly, he's in incredible amounts of pain. However, it is now his turn.
Let's go.
And what he is going to do, Alex, having seen what you just did to him, he is going to move up right next to you because you moved up 30 feet. He's going to use his 30 feet. He's going to come up next to you, and he is going to swing at you with his scimitar, and his attack roll is a 16, which is going to hit Alex, and he's going to roll damage. Alex, you take 4 points of damage from that slice, so he slices you right across the chest, and then he is going to take another swing at you with his scimitar. And this one is going to miss because he hits rolls a 6 on his attack. So, Alex, how do you dodge out of the way of this second attack after he just sliced your chest open?
Let's see. He just hit me in the chest, so I'm going to I'm going to hit the deck. I am going to fall flat on the floor, which is going to firstly act as an instinct to being hit in the chest with the scimitar, and also double up as a way to dodge away from the second one. So I kind of fluke away from the second one, I guess.
So yeah, you're just kind of reacting like you just got sliced in the chest. That really fucking hurt, and it's just kind of an almost instinctive reaction
my
to fall
chest!
down.
Bang!
Yeah.
My only weak point.
Perfect. Yeah, bullets, my only weakness.
How did you know?
And so the next on the list is, let's say the other guy that was on the left, and Darren, he notices you having backed up and thinks that you might be an easy target, and so he takes out his javelin. However, this is going to be at disadvantage because javelins only have a range of 30 feet, but they have a full range of 120 feet, but after 30 feet, it's at disadvantage. So he's going to roll twice. He's going to throw his javelin, but he's going to roll this twice. Okay. The first one is an 18, which is a hit.
Please be less.
And the second one is a 19. So
That's not less.
Darren, he takes his javelin, lines up his throw, and launches this javelin towards you. and you take 6 points of damage. So where does this javelin hit you?
6 points, you say?
Yes.
Picture like Ace Ventura when he's getting right at his leg.
Yeah. Absolutely hits me right in the meat of my thigh. Then I'm just
All right.
oh, come on.
And it would have been the brown or the bear on the left, but you have already dispatched him quite easily. And so the bear on the right, having seen his friend die tragically at the hands of Alex, is going to use his 40 feet of movement. He's only got to use 30 of it. And Alex, he is going to come up to you, and he is going to multi-attack you, which means he's going to take 2 swipes at you. And the first one is an 11, which misses.
Good.
And the second one is a 17.
That's
and
good.
so this bear, let's say he's right-handed, so the first one, he takes a swipe at you with his left hand, and the second one, he rears back with his right hand and swipes you right across the belly, and he does 11 points of damage.
I'm down to 1
Alex.
HP.
Wow. David plays some healing too.
And now it is the turn of... There he is. It is the turn of the tiefling.
Oh, no.
He is just kind of enjoying watching what is happening, especially after Alex is now bloodied and beaten. And he's just going to kind of stand back and not really do anything. He's just enjoying watching what is happening at the moment.
All right.
So now it is the turn of the two guys on the right. And having seen what Chuck had done with his bow shot to the bear, he is going to roll, and his first roll is a 10 for his... He's going to throw a javelin, which means he's going to miss either way, but I'll roll just in case he has a crit fail. No, so he throws his javelin at Chuck, and Chuck manages to just kind of jump out of the way quickly, and now there's a javelin at the foot, or just to the right of Chuck, and the second guy on the right is as well going to throw his javelin at Chuck, and that first roll is a 19. Second roll at disadvantage is a 23. And so this guy throws his javelin, and he hits Chuck for 6 points of damage. And so I think this javelin impacts Chuck's leg, kind of like it did to you, Darren. And Chuck screams in pain as a javelin pierces the meaty part of his thigh and takes that damage. And now we are back to the top of the order, which means, David, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I see this bloody mess of a fighter on the floor here, and I'm going to give him
I'm the bloody mess. Yeah.
a level 2 upgraded Cure Wounds to you.
Nice.
And that's going to be 10.
Ooh, damn. That's a nice roll.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Could have been better. It was 2d8 plus 3, but not bad.
So Alex is backed up to 11 HP. And David, do you have any bonus actions or movement you would like to do? I will remind you are still kind of all grouped together. So
Yeah.
I thought I'd kind of run up. I'm a little bit
outside
far
of
to
this
the right.
gate, is it just like open field towards, the tree line that they came out of, or are we kind of like on a bridge with a moat and stuff, or?
Well, the way I'm imagining it is there's no moat, but it is just kind of like a clear-cut area between the wall and the forest, so that, like I said, guards patrolling have a clear view of anybody that might be trying to attack. But the way I am imagining it is that basically you guys are on the bottom part of a downslope, and they're up above you.
They got high ground.
Yeah, it's not a big slope, but it is. It's a small hill leading up to where they are.
Is there anything around me that I can use my movement to kind of give myself some partial cover?
Make me a perception check.
Okay. 19.
Nice.
Yes. So just off to your right, about 15 to 20 feet, there's a small wagon that you think might be used for, collecting bales of hay, or a type of just a little medieval trailer of some sort that you think could be used for cover. It's got 2 wheels. It's kind of tilted over to one side at the moment, so you can, if you would like, use your movement to get behind that, and I will give you 3/4 cover.
All right, I will combat roll my way over there.
It's just like 8 rolls.
All 15 feet.
Yeah.
It's just a progressive series of somersaults.
So now David is behind cover, which will protect him from ranged attacks, seeing as how, well, at least from the soldiers, because they were rolling at disadvantage, but with that cover, they won't be able to hit you with their spears. However, the tiefling might still be able to hit you.
That's right.
Let's go now to... it is Valentina's turn.
Let's go, babe.
And Alex, she sees the state of you at the moment.
And let me guess,
And-
she laughs uncontrollably. Yeah, just finishes the job. You did this. Yeah.
So she, despite her dislike of you at the moment, realizes that you guys are currently fighting to keep her safe. And she is going to cast Healing Word on you. And so I want you to roll me 2d4 of healing for me, please.
1, 2. Okay. Yeah.
Not bad.
So you get 5 health back from
It's a
Valentina.
nice little olive branch.
And she looks at
16,
you.
17.
I think I'm at
health
16 now, yeah.
Nice.
And she looks at you and she says, "Don't waste it, Sir Alex."
And I look back at her and go, you were
Sassy.
so close to having me like you, but then you had to just say that. I'm keeping... Yeah.
And,
Blood.
and then David, she's going to use her movement to go join you behind this cart because she is still obviously pretty weak.
I give Darren a little wink.
Let me know how it is, man.
And then it is Chuck's turn, and he's going to take a shot at the guy on the left who's already very injured, the guy that got lit on fire by that bomb that Alex had launched, and Chuck is going to roll. And Chuck rolls a 23,
Chuck,
so
my
once
man.
again, Chuck
Nice.
on one knee launches this arrow, and he does the exact amount of points he needs. He does 5
Boy,
damage.
Chuck.
Chuck launches this arrow, and it pierces this soldier straight through the chest, and then he
the chest,
falls
my
down
only weak point.
dead. The other guy on the left turn, and he, having seen his friend next to him drop dead, is going to take his movement, and what he is going to do is he's going to double move, and he is going to close the full 60 feet between him and Chuck, and he's going to get right up next to Chuck. However, using double movement means that he is unable to do anything else in that turn. But now it is the turn of the other... Oh, no, sorry. Now it is the turn of the other bear, which is right next to Alex, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, we're right against each other, yeah.
And he's going to take another 2 swipes at you with his claws, Alex. Actually, you know what? He's not going to do his... Actually, no, yeah, I can use the multi-attack for both of those. He's going to try and bite you, Alex. And he rolls a 23 to hit. So he chomps down on Alex's shoulder, just... chomps down on Alex's shoulder and does 7 points of damage to Alex. And then Alex, while he has you in his jaws, he's going to take his paw and basically try and stab you in the stomach.
Do it, though.
With his paw. And he rolls a 19 to hit.
God damn it.
And he's going to roll damage, and Alex, you take 12 points of damage as he sinks his claw into your belly with his mouth still wrapped around your shoulder. And Alex hits the floor.
Yeah.
And is now in death saves. And so we haven't been here yet, but the way death saves works, Alex, you're not dead. But what you need to do is you roll a straight d20, and if it's 10 or higher, then you get 1 in the win column. If it's 9 or lower, you get 1 in the loss column. You need 3 wins to get back to what's called stabilized, which gives you 1 HP. If you roll 3 losses, you're dead.
Okay.
Is there a spot on these sheets to keep track of that? Like little like bar, something that you give little check marks to for passes and fails, or is that
I
just
think I
you
see
gotta
it on
remember
my-
that?
I think you just have to. Yeah, you might be able to see it
I
once
can
you're
see it.
down
Yeah,
to
I
zero
see
HP.
failure success on my death saves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
nice.
I've got on my screen now too.
Hey, can we get like some dramatic music in the background for this?
And so now it is once again the tiefling's turn, and he is just he's cackling. It's
Can we skip me again? I feel like I went before the bears last time.
oh yeah, we did. I apologize. I I went from Chuck straight to Alex. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Could have
I don't think I
saved
got it.
Alex.
I'm not sure I got a turn after Chuck. I just saw Chuck go that, and then I got hit by a bear.
Yeah, no, that's my bad. All right, let's go back to Darren, and then let's retcon that. So Alex, you can have one more turn.
Everybody
before you
rewind.
Just rewinding, yeah.
Get some rewind sound effects here. Yeah.
die. Sorry, this is my first proper combat as DM. So still getting into it, but let's
A lot of boys to juggle.
So let's go to Darren.
Okay, so how's everybody standing, enemies-wise?
Well, the bear is basically next to Alex. And you know what? I'm gonna let's cut that whole thing. Alex, put your HP back up because that was my mistake. Because you could have a chance to take that bear down, both you and both you and Darren. So now after Chuck's turn, let's go to Darren. And Darren, you've got the bear standing in front of Alex, and then you've got basically the guys standing the way they were at the start of combat. The bear is the only one who's really moved, other than the one that has. Yeah, the bear's the only one that's really moved. So,
And don't forget, you got your combat inspiration to use up before it disappears.
Oh, yeah. Good
That's
call.
extra
Good-
damage.
Good reminder. So, all right. So, I'm going to move to the wagon for partial coverage. And then I am going to send out a magic missile, all of them at that bear with that extra bonus.
So it's an extra D6 on damage.
I'm going to cast that at second level, I think, to get an extra missile.
all right.
So that's 4d4s and a d6.
Roll me some damage. Damage.
13 damage.
So
Nice.
all 4 of those magic missiles sink themselves into that bear that is next to Alex, and it once again roars in pain, but it is still standing.
And then I throw a little, fuck you, bear.
Trash talk the bear. I love it.
And then I hide behind the wagon wheel, hoping it didn't see me.
And so that bear, like I said, roars in pain, but it is still standing. And Darren, you've used your movement, you've used your action. Is there any bonus action you can take?
I don't believe so. I think Mage Armor is just an action. None of these seem to be under bonus action things. So... Oh, actually, hang on. Can I take a hit off my pipe? Oh, no, wait. That's just for healing. I'll save that for Alex. I'll save a bong rip for him after we get out of this.
Yes, because you have
Pack a bowl and wait.
the quarterstaff of Mary Jane, which does do some
That's right.
heals.
Yeah, when we get out of this, I'm going to need to get high. Yeah.
That is so amazing.
Yeah, we'll just sit next to the fire, just get ripped, my guy. Just barbecued.
And so, Alex, it is now your turn. You've got a very hurt-looking bear in front of you.
Oh,
What would you
I
like
have
to
seen
do?
the future, and it is not good for me if I leave this bear going. Okay, so let's do a quick check here. We are down to
Kick
a
it in the cock.
tiefling, a bear, and a soldier, right?
You're down to a tiefling, the bear in front of you,
Yes.
and 3 of the soldiers are still up. Or 2 of the soldiers. 2 of the soldiers are
Three
still
soldiers.
up. Oh, no, 3 of them.
3 soldiers.
Damn.
The bear in front of me and the tiefling. Okay. Well, the bear is right in front of me, and I think that is probably the most pressing matter. So instead of my crossbow of culling, I'm going to take out my short sword, and I am going to thrust it right into the head of the bear and try to finish the job.
All right.
Nice.
Roll me an attack roll. You got to beat 11.
Got to beat 11. Okay. On one of the short swords. Oh, I'm so close. It's a 9.
So with the 9, you take your sword out and you try to thrust it into the bear's head, but just at the last second, he kind of turns his head and it glances off, and he looks at you, turns his head back, and growls at you as you just miss that mortal strike to try and finish him off.
What for a bonus action? Could I potentially roll out of the way and get a bit of space between myself and the bear?
You can, but you would provoke an attack of opportunity, which means the brown bear would react with basically an attack.
Okay, I'm not going to do that then. Because like I said, I have seen the future, and it does not bode well for me. I do not want to give that one an extra chance to kill me.
So your turn is done?
I guess so.
All right, so then next up is, the soldier that had moved up to Chuck. I had jumped him in the initiative previously, so we will skip over him. And now it is the turn of the bear in front of you, Alex, and he is looking beat up and pissed off. And so he is now going to take a bite at you, and he rolls a 12. What is your AC, Alex?
AC is 13.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you avoid this bear trying to chomp down on your shoulder?
So the bear is going to try and take a bite at me, and I have just tried to thrust my sword up, so I'm going to, I guess, come back and try and deflect the mouth of the bear with my sword, and I'm going to try and jump on the bear's back.
I like it.
You know what? You're not technically allowed to do that out of your turn, but I really like that. So roll me a dexterity check, and I'm going to say you have to beat a 16.
Beat a 16? Okay. This is for a bear mount right here. Let's go, boys.
Yeah. Rule of cool.
Wait.
Absolutely.
Come on. 8.
Oh, God.
This is not going to... Yeah. I will an 8. Yeah.
Not quite.
And so you deflect the mouth of this bear with your sword, and you try to mount this bear, but as you do, it takes an attack. It takes a swipe at you with its claws because it has a multi-attack, and it rolls an 8. So both of you just fail at exactly what you want to do. It's a dance of failure at the moment between Alex and this bear.
It's the clusterfuck happening over in those.
It was a bear ballet right now.
The next... So the soldiers to the right of the tiefling are now on the initiative order. They are both going to join the bear, seeing as how it's so damaged right now, Alex. This soldier is going to take a swing at you with his sword, and he rolls a 7, so he misses.
Nice.
And then the second one that runs up to you is also going to swing at you with his sword, and he rolls a crit failure.
Nice.
So he also misses.
Yes.
So somehow in this dance of bear and
misses
Alex...
and kills the bear.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, he rolled a crit failure, so he swings at Alex, and instead the sword carries through and hits the bear in the face.
Yes.
Please kill it. Please kill it.
4 damage, which doesn't kill the bear, but...
So the bear just turns on his party.
Yeah, so basically, you guys, back where, you started, see Alex dodge a bite from a bear, try to jump on its back, dodge a claw swipe from the bear, which he successfully does, and then 2 guys run up. Both of them take swings at him. One of them misses Alex somehow. The other, Alex dodges out of the way, and it carries across into the bear's face. Alex is over there like a drunken kung fu master, just dancing around.
What is going on?
Dancing around all of these attacks. And we are back to the top of the order with David.
Jackie Chan bear trainer.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of a side question here. I have in my notes a item that I don't remember exactly what it does. All I have written down is +2 cream pie.
Troll pie. That's a troll pie.
What do you remember?
Oh, yeah, the troll pie. That gives you a +2 to whatever skill you would like to apply it to. It is only one skill in particular. You can't apply it to one of the general skills like dexterity or strength. It has to be one of the ones on that long list of stuff.
And that's just like a temporary, like it's not a permanent, the skill gets +2. It's just like when I use it the once.
Yeah, I believe I had mentioned it lasts for an hour. And I will say this, I don't think it's going to help you in combat.
No, I was just curious. I had it in my notes, like, what the fuck is a +2 cream pie?
Use it on the noble woman.
It's been 5 minutes yet.
Okay. Let's see here. I kind of want to What kind of armor are these? Not the tiefling, but the other dudes wearing?
Heavy armor.
Is it like metal armor? Yeah. Okay. I am going to do a. No, I don't know if I want to use my other second slot for that. All right, I'm just going to do a. How many are they all kind of within close knit range to each other? Like, how far is the distance between the spread of bad guys?
Well, the bear and the two soldiers are basically right next to Alex, and then we've got one soldier next to Chuck, and then the tiefling is still just kind of got his arms crossed at the top of the hill watching all this happen.
And, Alex, how much health do you have left?
Actually, because of the retcon there, I'm up to 16 health again.
Okay, perfect. So, I'm sorry if this damages you, but it's a risk I'm willing to take here.
Thunderwave?
I'm going to do a earth tremor.
Ooh.
Yeah. And each creature other than me in that area, it's oh fuck. No, it's only a 10-foot range. I thought it was 10 foot is what it expanded to. All right, damn it. Okay, I'm just going to take just a regular old crossbow shot at the bear and hope that I can pick it off here.
At the bear? Yeah, okay. Roll me an attack roll.
And that'll be an 18.
That will hit. And so roll me some damage.
Damage is the best I could get, an 8.
Nice.
Nice.
And so this arrow flies true through the air, striking the bear in the neck, and the bear falls down dead.
Yes.
Yeah, good job, man.
Not what I wanted to do, but I will take it. I misread my one spell there, but that's all right.
That's all right.
And,
we're all learning here, you know.
And as far as bonus actions, I think I'm just going to stay where I'm at. I think it's a decent spot. And yeah, we'll call her there.
Perfect. And then we will go to Valentina, who finds herself terrified of what is happening right now, and she is cowering next to you, Devad, and she kind of like wraps herself around your waist, kind of like hugging you for security, and doesn't do much. And then Chuck.
I'm kind of picturing, like, you remember those, like, heavy metal comics where it's, like, you know, some guy standing on top of, like, a mountain all epically, and it's, like, the girl's kind of, like, holding onto his leg.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it looks like.
Lightning coming out of your flying V-loot.
Yeah.
And so Chuck's turn, and he's got a guy right in front of him, and so Chuck is, he puts away his longbow, and Chuck, luckily enough, has what's called two-weapon fighting, which means he can take a couple slashes at this guy with his short sword. And so Chuck is going to roll a 15 to hit on his first attack, which unfortunately does not hit. And so Chuck takes a swipe at this guy, and it just kind of bounces off his armor. And then Chuck is going to take another one, and he rolls a crit. Success.
Very nice.
Yeah.
As Chuck hits this guy
Disregard that.
with
But
magic missile damage roll. That's weird.
I was just clicking it for fun.
And so Chuck is going to roll, and Chuck does 17 points of damage with this hit. And
Wow.
the guy in front of him takes a sword straight through the belly and is still standing, but is hurting bad. And now we will go to Darren.
So how many? We got the really hurt swordsman, we have the tiefling, and is that all that's left?
And the two guys next to Alex.
There's two guys next to Alex?
Yeah, who have not taken any damage yet.
Okay. I think the best thing to do is, I'm just going to send my magic missiles at the guy near Alex.
Which
Try
one?
and kill him.
Let's go left or right.
Wait, me?
The dude that's hurt the most.
Neither one of them have taken damage so far.
Who was the one over by Chuck? Sorry.
Yeah, the one over by Chuck is looking bad.
Okay, I'm gonna send 2 at that guy, and then 1 over to 1 at Alex. The guy on the left to Alex, we'll say.
All right, let's go. Roll me 2 damage or 2 magic missiles worth of damage for the one near Chuck.
7.
Yeah, and so your 2 magic missiles sink into this guy, and he falls down dead. And Chuck looks at you and just like gives you a big thumbs up. He's like, "Oh, thanks, bro. That was real nice of ya."
Don't mention it, brother. And then I just kind of like swirl my hand beside me, my right hand beside me, just send another missile down at the other guy for a final one. It'll be 4, 2 damage.
Okay, and so that guy just kind of like feels a tickle.
Barely stubs his toe, essentially.
And so, just to recap, now the guy next to Chuck, the 2 bears, and one of the soldiers, or two of the soldiers, and both bears are dead. So you got 2 soldiers next to Alex and the tiefling left. And Alex, it is your turn.
So I got the 2 guys in front of me, and we have the tiefling kind of further off to the back. I have narrowly avoided death thanks to a time rewind, which I don't know if anybody else is on it, but I'm going to say that Valentina somehow used her magic power to rewind time after seeing me die. But I'm definitely going after the 2 soldiers in front of me. And I was thinking about trying to do something with my 2-weapon fighting with both of my short swords, but instead I'm going to go back to my crossbow. My crossbow of culling, because that has the opportunity to hit 3 people.
Which you used last episode, and that ability can only be used once per short rest.
So I can't use that then, yeah.
Oh, we have a rest since
I'm glad you, yeah.
And I will say this, Alex, just because obviously this is your first D&D campaign, if you take a shot with a ranged weapon at an enemy that is within, I believe, 10 feet, you do it at disadvantage.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't just like take, which to me doesn't really make sense because it's like he's right in front of you, but with the D&D mechanics, yeah, you take out your bow to a guy that's right in front of you, and I don't know, I guess it's like maybe you can't pull the bowstring back enough before he's able to react.
I guess they really wanted to emphasize the long range aspect of that, but we'll play with the rules. But I do have 2 short swords, and there are 2 people in front of me.
And you have 2-weapon fighting, right?
Yes.
And can you just give us, just read out what 2-weapon fighting does?
2-weapon fighting, we click that. When you take the attack action on your turn and attack with a light weapon, you can make 1 extra attack as a bonus action later in the same turn. That extra attack must be made with a different light weapon, and you don't add your ability modifier to the extra attack unless that modifier is negative.
Yeah. So you can take 2 swipes, basically, because you have 2 short swords. So you can basically hit both of these guys.
And that is exactly what I'm going to do.
Perfect. Okay, roll me an attack roll for your first attack.
Okay. First one is going to be 15 with a +5 is a 20.
So that one is going to hit. Roll me some damage.
Damage. Which one was damage? 6.
6 damage to, let's say, the guy on your left. And so, where do you want to hit this guy?
I am going to get him right across the chest, right dead center in the chest.
Perfect. So you just sink your blade deep into this guy's chest, and he looks hurt, but he is still standing. So roll me some damage again. Do you want to take the second attack against the same guy, or do you want to go for the second guy?
I'm going to go for the second guy.
All right. Roll me an attack roll.
Okay. So here is the attack roll for the second one. And let's see, I think I go with a 17.
With the 17, okay. Alex is rolling well. So Alex, after having done that drunken master kung fu dodging the previous round, pulls out both of his swords and stabs both of these guys in front of him directly in the chest. And Alex, roll me some damage for that second attack.
The second one, 5.
So, not bad. Both of these guys are still standing. And we will go back to the top of initiative to David.
Okay.
I was this whole time. I'm like, what am I gonna do here? Because everyone's kind of like clumped together, and I don't want to do too much team damage. But
Well, basically, you've got the two soldiers that are next to Alex left, and then the tiefling at the top of the hill is just still standing
I
there.
think we're saving the
smirking.
tiefling for last.
Okay. And how far away is the tiefling?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna move up to the bad dudes that are just the regular soldiers there that are by Alex.
So you're gonna, you take your 30 feet of movement to move up.
Yeah, or 15 feet, I guess, because we're 15 feet away, right?
Well, you kind of moved horizontally towards cover, so you'd still be about 30 feet away from Alex.
Okay. Yeah, then either way, yeah. I'll move up to get in the thick of it there. And I will do a thunder wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
And I
move,
apologize,
you move up
Alex,
so Alex is beside you, and you want to thunder wave the two guys basically in front of you.
Yeah, and it's gonna unfortunately include Alex. It's everyone, each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from me.
But, okay, yeah, so, like, just all around you.
Yeah, it just kind of booms out from me. So, just everyone just does a save.
So, Wave of Thunderous Force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw of 13. So, Alex, I would like for you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw?
I believe in you.
Well.
Oh, Alex rolled 13 minus 1.
Well, sorry.
Well, the good news is both of them also failed their Constitution saving throws. And
Makes it worth it.
yeah, so David, now roll me some damage on that Thunder Wave.
So it's 2d8. And everyone that failed...
Gets knocked prone.
where is it? They're pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay.
So, where are you, D8? There you are.
Wait. Can you push us towards the tiefling?
Can I choose to do that?
Just fly to him like, ah!
Well, it depends where you position yourself in relation to Alex.
I'm going to say on whatever angle I need to be to shoot them towards the tiefling.
So you're basically positioning yourself behind Alex to push everyone towards the tiefling.
Yeah.
All right, roll me
I
some
think
damage.
so. All right, 2d8. Shitty. 3.
Oh my, how? You rolled a 2 and a 1
2 and
on
a 1.
2d8
Oh my-
roll. Well,
That sucks.
good news for Alex.
Yeah.
So both
Like you did it on
so
purpose.
Alex and these two guys launch 10 feet forward from where David is towards the tiefling, and they're on the ground now. Alex takes 3 damage, they take 3 damage. However, both of them are still alive. And now it is Valentina's turn. And having seen what you did, David, and realizing that there's not a lot going on, or not a lot left, the kind of arcana in her comes alive, and she is going to cast Sacred Flame on
Ooh, that's a good
one of the soldiers, which must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. And he does not save on the dexterity saving throw, and so Valentina summons a flame-like radiance from the heavens, and just a column of fire descends upon this soldier, who then takes... Oh, that's a good roll. Who then takes 7 points of damage from this column of fire, and that guy is looking rough.
Just had to outdo me.
And having seen what Valentina did, Chuck takes aim at the guy that just got blasted by this column of fire, and he is going to roll an attack with his longbow, and he's got a +8 to hit, and Chuck hits a 13 + 8, which is 21, which hits
Chuck.
And this arrow flies through, piercing this soldier straight through the face, and he falls down dead.
Beautiful.
And so now...
Chuck's pretty OP.
Damn, Chuck rules, dude.
And now it is Darren's turn. You got one soldier and a tiefling left in this battle.
Well, I'm running low on spell slots, boys, so pretty much all I can do at this point is bip another few magic missiles at that soldier that's feeling pretty weak.
All right, hit him.
Blang, blang, blang. Twazzies. And that is 4 damage.
We're starting to fizzle out here.
And
it's
so
starting to get weak.
those magic missiles impact his chest. However, he is still standing.
Damn it. Hang on. Oh, no, that's probably... A bonus attack wouldn't be a melee attack, eh? Like, I can't just run over to him and fucking smash him with my staff.
No, unfortunately not.
Damn it. Okay. I'll just stay in cover with the wagon then.
Perfect. And so, Alex, it is your turn.
Okay. So we've been pushed a little bit towards the tiefling, and there are still 2 soldiers in front of me. Can I keep using two-hand fighting to try and take both of them out?
Well, you only got 1 soldier in front of you. One of them is dead. There's only 1 left,
pardon
plus
me,
the tiefling.
Okay, so we're down to the tiefling and him.
But you are still next to that 1 soldier.
Okay.
So you could use two-handed fighting to hit him twice.
Ooh,
Slice of dice.
That's a better idea. That's a way better idea. Let's do that. Yeah, because we're only down to the 2 people left, and I think we're really like saving the tiefling for like the big boss fight. So let's take that last soldier down. And yeah, two-handed fighting to strike him twice.
All right, roll me an attack roll for the first one.
Yeah, first one. Ooh, 11.
So you take a swipe, and unfortunately, he's able to just deftly dodge out of the way of your first attack. Roll me another attack roll.
But we get him. That's a 19.
Hey, there you go, bud.
So 19 does hit, and roll me some damage.
5.
And so Alex, on his first attack, having been frustrated by his miss, swings his second sword and cleaves this guy's head straight off his shoulders.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And he falls down.
So I swing the
dead.
first one, but then I spin around and like in a back fist kind of style, then I slice his head off that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that, like a little 360
Because
whirlwind.
I missed the... Yeah.
Kick his head at the tiefling.
Can I do that? Can I punt his head at the tiefling?
Spinning heel kick.
Sure, make me an
Athletics.
Right out of the air.
17.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yes.
as you... Okay, well, yeah, describe how you do this as after you slice his head off, and how do you kick his head towards
So
the
as I come
tiefling?
around and I slice it off, the head kind of pops up for a little bit and then comes down, and I take a step back and I do kind of like a soccer style like kick as it's coming down, but just directly at the tiefling. And I guess I'm going to shoot for the chest in terms of like an intimidation tactic to make sure that he has something in his hands so we can go at him.
Yeah. Awesome. And the tiefling looks at you and just kind of smirks. And now he's going to enter the fight.
Yeah.
And so Alex, he is going to take a shot with his short bow. And he rolls... Oh my god, he just critted.
Oh, God.
And so
no.
he smirks at you after you have kicked this head at him. And he lets fly from his short bow. And he does 13 points of damage as this arrow impacts you straight in the chest.
Okay. Am I able to use a second wind bonus action?
What is second wind?
Once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 3 health points.
You would have to do that on your next turn.
Fuck. Well, in that case, because I only have 13 hit points left. And he just did 13 to me, so I guess I'm into death state.
Yeah, so put that down. Alex is, well, not for the first time, but technically for the first time in death saves. And then he is going to look at Darren, and he is going to take a shot with his short bow once again. And Darren, what is your AC?
Remember, I'm in cover behind the wagon.
Okay, I'll roll this at disadvantage then.
My AC's 15 right now.
Okay, it doesn't matter. He rolled a 19 even at disadvantage.
God damn it.
He's going to do 11 points of damage with that shot to you, Darren.
That hurts, but I'm still up.
And now it is back to the top of the order to David.
Okay, so how far away is he from me now?
Well, you said you had moved up to where Alex was, so he would be about 30 feet away from you.
30 feet? Perfect, okay. I'm going to use my last charge on my Loot of Lightning Strike to give that a go and see if I can get him.
All right.
So
roll me performance. You've got to succeed on a 16 performance check.
16, yeah, and I'm also gonna use the sweet pick that I have that gives a +6 to it.
Perfect.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Oh, that's not good. I don't, and the D6 isn't even gonna. Oh, it could help, I guess. Let's see.
So you rolled a 12 on the performance. Oh, and a 3.
So 15.
So you try to activate this loot's power, but unfortunately, it just isn't activating for you for some reason. And on the sheet of that loot, it does specify that if you fail on that performance check, it has a 3-turn cooldown, so you will not be able to use this ability for another 3 turns.
Good lord.
Piece of shit loot. So to tune.
Piece of dog shit.
And
I'm just trying to think if I want to use a. Yeah, I'm gonna move back over to the wagon. Combat roll the 15 feet again.
all right, yeah.
Good call.
So yeah, back over to towards Darren.
Yes, there.
All right.
Who is dying?
Yeah.
Wagon doesn't work, man. Wagon doesn't work.
And so now it is Valentina's turn, and well, she's still terrified, so she's still just cowering next to the wagon, and so it will go to Chuck, who will take a shot with his longbow, and
You got a Chuck.
Yeah, carry the team, man.
Chuck. Oh god, Chuck rolls a crit fail. And so Chuck's bowstring breaks, and he no longer has his bow to use in this in this fight, and he's going to use his movement to also join you guys behind this wagon because
little pussy
he's
wagon.
an archer and he no longer has his bow. And so we will now go to Darren, who is down to 3 health.
He's hurting, boys, but I am going to attempt to cast Hideous Laughter
Which does?
onto the creature of your choice. Needs to succeed on a Wisdom 13 save. If not, they will collapse prone, laughing at something hilarious, and be incapacitated until they pass a check on their turn.
Okay.
So essentially, I want to make it fall on the ground laughing, and then we all just run up and beat the fucking shit out of this.
He just rolled a 19.
Well, that didn't work, so I am now out of spell slots. And just like how Valentina has her arms around David's waist, I am going to add my arms around David's waist as well, as I cower in fear.
Okay, so now we will go to Alex. Alex, I want you to roll me a death save.
1d20 coming up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta be higher than a 10. You got this, bud.
Well, that's a 17.
Yeah, okay, so you get 1 on the success. You need 2 more successes to get back to 1 HP. And it is once again the turn of the tiefling, who moves up slowly towards where Alex's body is currently collapsed on the ground.
Oh, no.
And he just kind of... and he pulls something out of his waistband and throws it towards the wagon. And all of you need to, oh, well, not Alex, but Darren and David, Chuck, Valentina all need to roll dexterity saving throws.
Oh, my God.
I got a 12.
Critical fail.
Both Valentina did save, but Chuck also failed. And so this small, it looks...
Oh, hold on. I am wearing my watch, though, and I get +2 to dex saving throws, so that'd be a 14?
Yes. Unfortunately, that's not enough.
Stupid watch.
It was a 15 saving throw.
Fucking Timex.
And oh, I'm sorry, boys.
I feel like this is a direct result of us making a comment about how easy combat was last game.
So Valentina did save, like I had mentioned, and this little ball, it kind of looks like a little, I don't know, like a racquetball ball. You know, it's a little bigger than a golf ball, but smaller than a baseball. And it explodes and it does 23 points of damage to everyone that failed.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah, well, I'm
down to 0.
couldn't get much more dead than that.
And so, Darren, David, and Chuck, you are all now in death saving throws. Valentina is looking bad. She is terrified. She is
Impossible for her to look rough.
bloodied. And all of a sudden, her eyes roll back in her head. And she kind of stands up and arches her back and looks at the sky. And a massive surge of magical energy explodes outwards from her. And it blows the tiefling back into the forest. And this massive surge of energy brings you all back to life and gives you all a long rest. And she
Back up to
collapses
20.
unconscious to the ground.
Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons is myself, Alex Kerrigan, the Half-Elf Fighter, Darren Warts, the Aasimar Wizard, David Beaton, the Tiefling Bard, and our Dungeon Master, David Ashbaugh. Make sure to subscribe to our socials, Dungeons, Dudes, Dragons, all one word, on Instagram. You can find our YouTube channel at Dungeons, Dudes, Dragons, and our TikTok is linked in both bios. If you like this podcast, please spread the word to friends and family who might also enjoy it. It's the absolute best way for us to gain new listeners. Also, please rate and review wherever you get your podcasts. It helps us boost us in the rankings so we can reach a wider audience. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you'll tune in next time for another episode of Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons.